Hello Year 7, so we're going to work through this practice test. You should try to give it a go first, and then if you get stuck, you can look at these solutions here. All right, so let's give it a go. So it says, Part A, multiple choice. In the expression this, the coefficient of x is which of the following? Well, the coefficient is simply the number in front of x, so that's going to be 8. So that means my answer here will be E. All right, next one. Which of the following expressions contains a constant term? Remember, a constant term is something without a pronumeral. So if I've got 4x plus 9y, there's no constant terms there. There is here, because I've just got 7 by itself without a pronumeral. Here, they're trying to freak you out a little bit. See, it looks like 5 is by itself, but remember, if you were to expand this out, this is 5x minus 5y. Both of them have pronumerals. There's nothing without a pronumeral there. So your answer there, that one is B. Next one, if a bag of lollies costs C plus 4, the cost of 8 bags. Well, if each bag of lolly costs this much, and I'm buying 8 of them, that's going to be 8. What is this? Sorry. Let me just throw my phone away so I can't look at my phone as I'm doing this. It's going to be 8 times C plus 4. Now, looking at that, that's clearly wrong. That's clearly wrong. This is wrong as well because the 8 should be outside the bracket. Now, this looks promising because if I was to expand this out, I'm going to end up with 8c plus 32. So my answer will be D, and E is not correct. Next, a number is substituted for A in the expression this, and the result is 24. What is the value of A? What a great question. So it's saying that we've subbed in a number here, okay, and then 8 plus that number times 2 is 24. Which of the numbers is it going to be? There's a couple of different ways you can do this. The way I would think about it is 2 times what is 24? Well, I know it's 2 times 12 is 24. So 8 plus what? 8 plus what will give me 12? It has to be 4. So that means it has to be D there. So that's how I would think it through, 4D. All right, next. Which of the following expressions can be simplified further by adding like terms? So which of these following expressions can be simplified further by adding like terms? There are no like terms here. Remember, a like term means it has the same... oh, no, look. That's a like term. That's a like term. So that would work. We could add those together, and that would help us. We could add this together. They're like terms. We could add these together. They're like terms. We could add these together. They're like terms. All of the above. What a tricky little question that was. So the answer there is E, all of the above. All of them have like terms that you could add together. Silly question. Next one. This can be written as, which are the following here? All right. This is where you've got to remember BIDMAS. BIDMAS. What does BIDMAS tell us? BIDMAS tells us that you do division before addition. So this is going to be 2AB plus B on 5. Because, this here is what you're looking at first. This is B on 5, and then you're adding to it. So which of these is going to be my answer? It's going to be B. 6B is my answer. We continue. The simplified form of this is which of these? All right, X dies with X, Y dies with Y. 24 and 32 are both divisible by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 32 divided by 8 is 4. It's not that one. This one is correct. 3Z4. So 7B is my correct answer there. We'll keep on going. If X is a whole number between 1 and 10, which of these statements is always true? Okay, so if X is a whole number between 1 and 10, which of these statements is always true? Okay, this is interesting. Okay, let's just go through one by one. 5x plus 6 is greater than 10. 5x plus 6 is greater than 10. If x is a whole number between 1 and 10, which statement is always true? Well, if I put 1 into this, like if x was equal to 1 in this case, I would end up with 5 times 1, which is 5, plus 6. So is that always going to be greater than 10? It is. That's always going to be greater than 10. So that's a true statement right there. Because regardless of what I put in there, if I put 2 in there, it's going to be 5 times 2 plus 6. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 6 is 16. No matter what I put in there, it's going to work. 2x is less than 10. Well, that's definitely not true because, if x is between 1 and 10, if I put 9 into this, 2 times 9, that's 18. Is that less than 10? No, it is not. X must be larger than 2x. x must be larger than 2x. That's not true. 2x is always going to be larger than x because you're doubling it. Silly question. 3x is greater than 10. 3x is greater than 10. Again, that's not true, because if I was to put in 9, I would end up with 3 9s is 27. Sorry. 27 is greater than 10. What if I was to put in the 1 into this? So if it's between 1 and 10, what if I said let x be equal to 1? Well, that's going to be 3 times 1 is 3, and that's not greater than 10. That's no good. X plus 2 is even. Not necessarily. What if I said let x be equal to 5? Well, then I'm going to end up with 5 plus 2 is 7. That's no good. Okay, next. Which expression expands to this right here? Okay, hopefully you can just kind of see just by looking at it. You might have to go one by one if you're struggling with it. Like for instance here, 14ab times 1 is 14ab, but then what's 14 times 7? Is it 21? No, it is not. This one, again, we've got 14 times 7. That's not 21. Here, this is just 35 ABC. I don't know what's going on there. That's not correct. Here, I've got 7 times 2 is 14AB. 7 times 3 is 21. Then I've got A, B, and C. Look at that. 9D is our winner. And then you could double check it with the last one here. Well, 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times 1 is 7. That's not that. It's going to be D. All right, we continue. How many more have we got? One more. Last one. Which of these expressions represents the total cost in dollars of hiring a plumber for 5 hours if the plumber charges a $30 call-out fee and then 3x per hour? Okay. So which of these expressions represents the total cost in dollars of hiring a plumber for 5 hours if the plumber charges a $30 call-out fee, so $30 is just for coming out, and then 3x per hour. 3x per hour. He charges 3x per hour. That's interesting, because it's not saying he charges $3 per hour. It's saying that he's charging 3x times the amount of hours he's there. And it's saying that he worked for 5 hours. So that's going to be 30 plus 3x times 5, which is the same as 30 plus 3 times 5 is 15x. My answer is going to be B. That's a tricky little question there. And hopefully you can see what it is. It's because it's 3x. It's not just 3 by itself. So that x still remains there. He charges 3x per hour. I don't know what this x is, but I've just done what it has told me. So some really good multiple choice questions there. Hopefully you found this video helpful. I'll stop here and then we'll go through the short answer section.